Hey.
My glutes are killing me now.
Wash, thank you for the 5. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a long journey up, but, you know.
Yeah, I blame you for this.
It's, you know, it's good. Look at this. You can see everything. See the police department over there, hospital right there, courthouse right there, you know.
You know, roof access to this building probably wasn't the best idea, but you know.
What do you mean?
I
They got
digress.
elevators.
Well, no, like you just see you could definitely see PD from up here.
Oh yeah, if you had a
Straight
sniper
into
rifle,
PD.
just boom.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God. You know, just those are very locked up. So
Yeah.
how have you been? You look good. I like your suit.
Yeah. I've been all right. I'm sort of I don't know. I keep hearing. It's like I'm in a constant. It's like I'm walking through the aisle of a horror film, section of like a video store, and you know, every other conversation is a horror movie where someone is getting absolutely violated by the police department and by our legal system. Except the thing is, in most horror movies, you know, there's a good positive outcome, right? Like, you know, whatever movie you think of, right? There's always someone gets away, right? The person bringing the horror ends up dying. But in this case, you know, the style of the film, they're just all getting wrecked. It's really bad. And unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with the complacency of the police department.
So you've not been it doesn't really sound like you've been doing too well.
I mean, I've got solutions. I've got things moving forward, but I think the part that's kind of doing my head in is like, fuck, I gotta step in and do something. You know what I mean? And I know that's going to be a lot of work. And there is a part of me that wonders, do people want to see that change? Do they care enough? Right? There's a part of me that says, what if people are actually completely okay with the little bit of inconvenience of jail? And if they are truly pissed, are they willing to vote for me when I run for mayor and fix this fucking shithole?
I don't believe that people are okay with it. I believe they're complacent because they believe what they have right now is all they can get, and they don't know that there's better. I feel like if you show them that there is a better, you could easily get mad. You knocked that shit out of the park.
I've been around for a minute.
So?
Well, that's the problem. I haven't been around for a minute. A lot of the, you know, a lot of people know who I am, but a lot of people, I'm, you know, just another face. They might remember me from the shop, right? When I used to run that a while back. I mean, police department, who knows? I mean, I have a history where cops always seemingly know I'm up to no good. Conveniently. You know, a long time ago, what was it, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago? I don't know. I ended up purchasing a chicken factory up in Polito. And I remember driving into work, ready to open it up for the first day, and I had 2 fucking dog shit detectives on my fucking roof. Because they were like, hey, your business in town? I wonder what illegal activity's happening here.
So they just went onto your roof.
They just went on the roof just taking photos. My fucking property. You know, the sad thing is, a lot of what I've been hearing, a lot of these cops are cut from the same fucking cloth. They don't want to hear that. But it's true. And they might take offense to it, but fuck them. I'm gonna find out whether I got mayor or not.
You keep a flask in those pockets?
I've been really drink too much, to be honest. I mean, I do, just not right now. Gotta keep a clear head, you know.
You're gonna need a drink after this conversation.
I don't think anything that you tell me will be any worse than some of the things I've had to listen to.
All right, all right, all right. I'll give it to you. I need some attorney-client privilege here before I start telling you these things.
Of course.
How do we do that? You send me something. Where's
Send me a text that states that you are taking me on as your attorney.
Here, I'll copy and paste Kit's text from earlier, but edit it. Just say that you're gonna be my what do I say? What do I say?
Your attorney.
Just say that you're my attorney in this text. Is my attorney. That's all I said to say.
Yeah, Nino Chavez will be my. I am taking on Nino Chavez as my attorney.
All right. Where do I start with you, huh? This will mean everything that I say to you is between us, right?
It always is, regardless of text and all this. It's just kind of formalities.
You almost got me fired, Nino.
I did?
You almost got me fired, I mean, I almost got fired wrongfully based on the acts that have happened with you. We'll start off with that. Let's start off with that. Yeah, the whole let's talk about the whole FOIA, right? I got suspended for 3 days because I gave you that announcement FOIA.
Oh my god. Fucking bitch.
3 days. Okay. All right. No, we're not done. We're not done. They told me I was never supposed to FOIA in the first place because according to this is what Ruby told me. According to the SOPs, you're supposed to
That's what she fucking took away from the fucking conversation. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Do you want to breathe? I'll let you breathe real quick.
I brought her up here to have an honest fucking conversation, and that's the feeling I got when she walked away. Is she was more concerned that you might have leaked something than the rights of fucking civilians. I said it. I thought it to myself the moment she walked away. I was so like confused at the prioritization. You know what?
Looking for blood.
Here's the thing. You didn't do anything wrong, because when you gave me this, you were giving it to me under the context that I already have access to it as a lawyer. And I told her this. And when because she, like, it's like when I spoke to her right here, she was kind of like she was like there, but not there. And it wasn't until I mentioned, because the whole context of everything was that I need to be able to FOIA like people's reports, and I came to her like, listen, we're having this issue. Why does it take 5 days? Why does why does it take 5 days? It doesn't make any sense. How do we do this? Look, the last thing I want to do is start fucking filing docket cases on each and every fucking situation my clients get in trouble for, forcing your hand to generate reports because myself and other lawyers are unable to get we can't even start anything because you're not giving it to us. And she had the audacity to mention that it's not even in law, which I don't know how the fuck that got out there to begin with, right? Like, oh, you're now realizing this 7 months later, and now realizing this, you're now looking at it and saying like, hey, maybe this is a problem, and I agree with you because I care about the people of Santos. No, you could tell like kind of the wheels kind of turning in her mind, and like, how do I protect my job and my people, which is so ass backwards. And then the moment I mentioned even the FOIA between the PD and the one that we have is different, that's when she perked up and she's like hyper focused on it. And I made it a point to say, she's like, where did you get that from? And I'm like, aha. And I told her, you know where it actually came from? It came from Bailey. Bailey gave me both. When you gave me the thing, it was under the fucking pretense that I already had it. It's just my keys are fucked. I don't have access to something. You were giving me something that I would have already had. What's the fucking big deal? And furthermore, according to that document, you didn't do anything wrong. You fulfilled. It's not what you gave me, according to the Molten process, which isn't law, and according to your own SOPs, because I got a copy from it from Bailey, is that the only thing you can't give us is incidents and warrants. The announcement is neither.
Did you see a copy of the SOPs?
Not the SOPs, but like whatever the announcement. I meant the announcement.
So get a hold of this, right? Ruby looks me in my face when she's suspending me and tells me the reason that I got suspended was because I gave you the announcement, which was against the SOPs, and it was written in the SOPs that you can't give announcements.
Oh, the SOPs. Okay.
Yep. She said it was written in the SOPs that I couldn't give you the announcement, and that it was a fireable offense if I did. And it was written in the SOPs that I apparently could not be giving the FOIAs at all because I had to be trained a certain way and I had to be verified to give them, right?
Yeah, but that's bullshit because, wait, give me one sec. Because in that same conversation, she told me the DOJ is in charge of this document. You know what I mean? I've been getting loops. Bailey's like, it's the consul and the head of bar. Ruby's telling me it's the DOJ. Well, the DOJ, if it's the DOJ, which they're abiding by, then the SOPs don't matter. And which none of this is true, but like if you're gonna follow that like line of logic that she's following, let me read this out loud to you real quick.
Go ahead.
Where is this? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Blah, 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 blah. Incidents that occur 5 days ago, you can provide, in cooperation with the police department, the MDT after action legal and timely officer notes, or Molten, is now active to allow for instant FOIA fulfillments as long as they meet the following requirements. Incident occurred 5 days or more, isn't applicable because it's not an incident. You can prove that you represented the person, not relevant. The incidents are not relevant. If the incident is not able, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, this is actually worse than it is reading it. So, according to the copy that the lawyers have, the only thing that cannot be FOIA'd is, oh my God, this is actually worse, like reading out loud. It's so bad. You know why I get stuck on shit like this? Because like motherfuckers, when they get into conversations like this with me and like are fighting, putting all these defenses up, they start arguing over like minutia and all this bullshit that like actual problems get like hidden. You know what I mean?
Did she argue the SOPs at all with you?
No, she didn't. She didn't really give me that much feedback. It was kind of like, I'm here to listen and not do anything, if I'm going to be honest. Whether or not she has the power or not is irrelevant. But even according to what you gave me, it says here that any report not labeled investigation or warrant is open to FOIA at this time. Your announcement is neither a warrant or an investigation.
So, even with that being said, right? Even with that document being said, and it being like completely fine,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my God, this
after
is
she
worse than I
had
thought it
sat there and
was.
told me to my face that it was an SOP, that I could not give out the announcement, and that I was not supposed to be FOIAing anything.
I'm so glad we're reworking
They
this.
suspended me for 3 days, and they basically made it seem like I was gonna get fired. They 100% were. I'd say they were like 60% sure they were gonna fire me until I talked to Bones. I didn't get fired, right? They
Wait,
told me
why
I couldn't
though?
FOIA
I'm
anymore.
so like, why? Like, did they expand on this? Like, what's the big deal? You gave me a copy of the FOIA process, of which. Where did you send it to me? Did you text
I sent
it?
it to you on your phone. But hold on, let me finish this out real quick.
Yeah,
right?
please.
She told me all that, and I was understandable if it was an SOP that you're not supposed to send out the announcement, right? And that's why all this was happening. Jadlyn, my manager, comes up to me like after I'm not fired anymore to retrain me, right?
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Hey, by the way, I need you to go over the SOPs," and I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "Well, the whole incident that happened with you just got added in 2 days ago." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And she said that apparently it was never an SOP. It was never in any of the documents. It was never in any line, shape, or form that I could not FOIA, or I could not give out that SOP, or I could not give out that that announcement.
Oh my God, I see it now. What
was
you
in nothing.
sent me isn't even the same thing. Wait, what the fuck? Wait,
it's
this
never
is
in
even
any
more
SOP.
different. So what Bailey
It's
sent me
different?
is different from what you sent me.
Wait, really?
Yeah, hold on. What
Did
the
they change
fuck?
it?
Yeah. See, this is why I didn't think it was odd at first, and I didn't notice it.
Medi riot.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you though, when she talked to me, when she suspended me, there was an excitement in her fucking voice. She was happy as fuck to do that. She wanted that blood so bad, and I think Bones was my only saving grace.
What the hell did you do? I don't understand.
It was all because of the FOIA.
Why
didn't do
though?
anything
I
else.
don't understand. Like what? See, this is a problem with these people, right? I don't know why they when they sit down and they go when they start their morning, are they saying we're here to serve and protect? Or are they here for some other fucking bureaucratic bullshit? Because it does not pass. I mean, even like, oh my God. You know, it was brought up to me by Crane too, but even he had like an odd attitude to it all, right? Like this very like, you need to follow the rules. Bitch, I'm the lawyer. Suck my dick. Like, excuse me for defending the right of my clients, right? I'm not
I don't
your.
think you're in the wrong.
I'm not your fucking motherfucker that's behind the cells. Oh my God. Oh, it's got me heated. I think too many of these individuals are not used to getting pushback and hearing no. Unless they're
entire
getting
process
shot.
When I was suspended, I had to basically beg for the job, right? But in my head, I couldn't just I couldn't help but to think of, what am I doing wrong? What exactly am I doing wrong? Because I never felt like I did anything wrong, and I still don't feel like that. Sending you 6 lines of things that you would need to know as a lawyer to get your client the proper care that he needed. I never understood why that was an issue. Why would that be a fucking issue? Why is that such a problem? I don't. They made it seem like I committed us. They made it seem like I committed this insane crime that I deserve to be punished for when I never thought I did.
Yeah, well, according to this, you didn't do anything wrong. Apparently, what I'm hearing here is the police department can't read their own fucking documents. If you were targeted, I don't understand. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So they changed it. I mean, none of that really, at the end of the day, this is an at-will employment state. So, like, you can,
100%.
you know, they get to choose what your fate is. I mean, they could fire you by just being like, we don't like your hair color.
I think it was the terms of her continuing to be like, oh, it was in the. She also accused me of giving you SOPs, which is strange. I don't know if you had that conversation with her, but she accused me of giving you the SOPs.
Did you wait? Why though? What?
I don't know. She asked me if I was leaking SOPs to you, and she said that you had a conversation with her, and it was mentioned somewhere in that conversation.
I didn't mention SOPs. Not that I remember, unless I, like, you know, said SOP. You have to understand, sometimes people hear what they, maybe I said SOPs, but at the same time, like, within context, it should have been obvious that wasn't the case, because fundamentally, like you said, this is an announcement. You get what I mean? Like, it would have been an obvious, like, I'm obviously talking about, like, I don't know what they have. I'm obviously talking about this announcement, unless that's in the SOPs, which you told me previously wasn't in there. Like, you know, why would you? It's intentional misconstruing, or like selective listening. It's I don't know.
So so that happens, right? I got my job back. All right. I'm gonna TLDR a story for you because it doesn't really need to go into detail, right? I during the time I was suspended, I had met out with a coworker named Coyote, and I was really hesitant on being him out because I wanted to talk to him about the suspension, but I didn't. So yeah, I kept saying no, and he wanted to meet me out. We met out the second that he stepped out the cab. Basically, within 10 seconds, he gets kidnapped. Makes me look like shit, right? It looks like a setup, 100%. I don't agree. It doesn't look like a setup. The perpetrators who did it ended up admitting that it was not a setup. They said, "We don't know what the hell you're talking about. We followed you from the PD, right?" Has to be between us. The client attorney privilege, right?
Yeah.
Give me the pinky swear.
There ain't no pinky swear. I'm telling you, man. I don't do pinky swears.
Give me the fucking pinky
now
swear.
Listen to me. I'm a man of my word. And it's at that. You either believe me or you don't believe me. I don't need to do any like fucking pinky.
Why the hell won't you give me a
fuck.
fucking pinky swear?
Because that's not how I operate.
What's wrong with you, Nino?
I'm honest, I'm straightforward, and I'm one of the few people that when I say I'm gonna do something, or I give you my word, I mean it. I don't need to do any fucking pinky shit or blood in or whatever this fucking horse shit is that, you know, all the fucking Zoomers do.
You calling me a Zoomer?
Well, I don't know, whatever this fucking pinky swear bullshit is.
It's just a pinky swear. We just
no,
wrap up pinkies
the only
around
reason you're doing the pinky swear is because people say shit that they don't mean. And so you never know if someone's telling the truth or not, because people just blurt out shit that they're going to do, or blurt out whatever is convenient, and then they forget because they never actually meant it in the first place.
Maybe I just want to hold your pinky, Nino.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, I'm sure you do, but continue, please.
Okay. All right. All right. So they stole me and Mr. Coyote's phones, right? I didn't get it back for a couple of days. I contacted the perpetrator who had stolen the phones. I said, "Hey, give me back my phone," basically, in the TLDR version, right? He had informed me that a Miss Hazel would be dropping it off. at the PD. He never told me when, where. I just was gonna like, I just said I'll let it happen when it happens.
All right.
I get a call from Slacks about an hour later, and he says, "Hey, we have your phone. Could you come down here and verify it?" And I say, "Yeah, sure." And I went ahead and I went to the police department. When I come in there and go to talk to him, he goes, "Hey, also, I just wanted to get your verification. Can we go through the phone just to make sure that, you know, there's nothing shady in there. We're not going to find anything just due to the kidnapping." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not? Go ahead." And then he goes, I think I should make you aware that we actually have already started to go through the phone." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, we need to figure out the name on the phone, who it belonged to. We found it in a trash can, right?" I said, okay. All right, well, how much did you look through?" And he goes, "Well, Rika's looking through it right now. Ask Rika." And I go, "Rika, how much have you looked through on the phone?" And he starts getting real nervous. He gets real nervous. He starts laughing. He's like, "Well, I got pretty far." And I was like, "What do you mean you got pretty far?" And he's like, "Well, I've had it for a while."
Who
He was
is
very
this?
nervous. Mr. Rika, fuck, I don't know his. I don't know
Rika
his
said
first
that
name.
he started looking through it.
Yep.
Is this like a new cop? Like, is he a cadet? Like, what the fuck?
I think he's in the CIB program.
The what?
The CIB program, the detective unit.
So a detective of the police department took it upon himself to illegally search the cell phone contents of another individual that they knew belonged to another individual. Like, are
Yes.
these oh my god, I want to be Soze right now so bad, but
The
I'm
thing
not
is,
going
though,
to.
right?
There's certain things I'll say around him, but you know, this
You
is
can say it around me. That's fine. I don't
yeah.
mind. I kind of like it.
No. I'm trying to
Okay,
keep
all right.
myself just in case. Otherwise I'm gonna start using the word very often.
That's okay. I don't mind it.
I don't understand what you mean by this. Is the same cop, mind you, that conflicted a judge on one of my clients, on whom he passed the warrant for on some bullshit. I'm oh my god.
So, right?
Oh my god. So they looked through your phone and then they asked afterwards if they could.
Yep. They'd already started looking through it. Slacks pulled me to the side and he said, "You know,
How do you trust anything that this cop? Wait, how would you ever trust that individual to police at that point?
I don't. I have
Because
lost all my trust in them."
I don't understand. You literally, the guy should be, what the fuck?
The thing is, though,
What was it
right?
for, like national security? This isn't even like, are you, what the, okay, so hold on. I need to
Security.
think this out loud a little bit.
Go ahead, please.
I'm an officer of a police force. I've had basic training in where I learn about RS and PC and its effects on detainments, arrests, and when you can frisk and when you can search. And because Tilly might be sus, I find it perfectly acceptable to very obviously violate her rights by learning that a SIM card belongs to her and I choose to open it, realize it is her, probably by opening the contacts or probably reading the first two messages or searching for Tilly, but then I continue to dig through it like one of those like fucking old men who like to go through a woman's drawers in order to see if there's any juice. Why? Because she might be sus. Not because of any kind of fucking patriotic reason, because she's sus.
It gets a little worse than that, actually.
And then I'm going to continue to believe that I'm going to bring what, justice to Los Angeles? How do you trust anything the guy does at that point?
I'm gonna add a little more fire to that, right?
Have you ever had your door like left open, like your drawers left open at all at night? Like, is this guy like, you know, like I don't, like how do you, the detective?
I'm a detective, and their only answer was me. I suppose. I have no idea why the fuck they did it.
Do you sell guns?
No, I don't sell guns.
Are you involved with terrorists?
Well, no. No, I'm not involved with terrorists.
Well, you said like you might be.
My son's kind of a little terrorist. That's what I call him. But
okay.
No, not really.
Are you, do you have like Osama bin Laden on speed dial?
No, I don't. No.
You have, you're like a closet Soviet maybe?
I'm going to tell you right now.
You are wearing red.
It's because of I'm telling you right now. It's because of my connections, but I'm going to say it's 90% my son. It is like a constant theme with my son that they think that there's always something going on when there's nothing going on. Like our text messages are literally about fucking watermelons, but they think that there was something so much deeper. They were craving for it. They wanted it so bad because they thought that there was something going on that was, I don't know, suspicious, weird.
I am so like disgusted. And honestly, I don't know how to process this because the problem now I have is like, this is the same fucking, you know, Crane. Oh my God. Fuck. How do you trust it? How the fuck? Why are these guys still cops?
So I'm going to add to it though, real quick, right? Miss, the woman who dropped the phone off in the trash can, right? Slacks, when he came up to me, he said the main reason for the phone search was because he wanted to verify that it was mine, right? And that's kind of an understandable thing, but also not.
No, it's not. They say, what's your phone number? Does he not have your phone number?
He does have my phone number.
So that means he looks at the SIM card and he knows if it's your number.
Not even just that though, right? He swore up and down it was just so they can verify it was mine. I had called the woman. I have an okay relationship with the woman who put the SIM card in the trash, right? And I called her and I asked her how she did it. I said, "What did you do whenever you did that?" She had told me that she had called up Slacks on an anonymous number and had said to him, "I put Tilly's SIM card in the trash." Tilly's SIM card. I asked her to verify. I said, "You said Tilly's SIM card, right? My SIM card." And she said, "Yes, I said your name when I told him where it was and who it was." So she had already fully said that it was my SIM card. But he just wanted any type of excuse to go through it.
What was their game plan other than outing themselves as being literally the worst kind of officer you can possibly be, which is hiding the fact that you're violating someone's rights and attempting to get away with it? Because at that point, your level of integrity is so low that your ability to go into because here's the thing, right? These guys have to write police reports. They have to write warrants. And the judges and the law gives them such a high level of privilege that when they state something has occurred.
Are you hungry?
I am, yes. That their word is in the eyes of the law held at a higher standard. So if they state, and mind you, I just got done talking to someone in which a cop said, "I saw someone with moonshine," that the judges say, "Well, that's a cop. We have to take him on his word because of the inherent fact that they would not be corrupt. They swore an oath, that they said they saw this guy with moonshine. You know what? I'm going to take him on his word." But over here, you have evidence that detectives are openly violating
Thanks for all the laughs.
your
Makes my
rights
days easier, yee.
for no real reason. Like, I could understand, like, if there's like you might have like nuclear fucking disarmament codes, or you're like, they got to do something in the greater good or whatever. But you didn't do anything. That if you're doing it for something that simple, how is anyone gonna trust when they go write a warrant, when they write a report, make a statement in a court case that what they're saying and doing isn't, there should be, oh my God, this is, I don't even know what to say. I genuinely do not even know what to say.
Slex said whenever he asked to go through my phone, he'd begin to mention things like, well, we really see a future for you here in this department, and we really want you to be a part of the
Oh
CIB one
my
day.
God.
And began to kind of...
So you got blackmailed.
Yep.
Hey, oh my God. You know why I like this? Never mind.
He pulled me to the side. He pulled me to the side and had me promise him that I was not working for the other side. He said, promise me, Tilly. I need you to promise me that you're not working for the other side.
All right, I'm gonna pack my bags. It's
You
hopeless.
leave it? It's like...
It's hopeless. It genuinely, I don't even, like, the fact that, because the thing is, like, what's playing in the back of my head is speaking to the Chief Justice and sort of him coming with this, like, you don't need these things because don't worry, things will never be fallout. Like, how do I put this? It's, I can understand there's going to be times where a member of law enforcement is going to do something that is illegal, is, false detainment. They do something because they weren't trained well, whatever. But what they did to you is so bad that the amount of mental hurdles that they would have had to cross for objectively no real valuable purpose is so absurd that I don't know how you can reasonably I can't process this.
I wish I knew what was going through their minds. I would love to just know what the fuck they were thinking when they did it.
And that's what makes it worse, that it wasn't like a person that crawled up in a corner and is like, let me take a look at her cell phone and see what she's been texting. But it sounds like
it was 3 people.
3? It was Rika, it was Slacks, and who else?
Maeve.
And who's she?
She's also, that was the entire CIB, is that what it's called? CIB department. All of them. All the detectives.
What are they, what's so scary about this? Is like, what if you actually had something on there? Let's just say out of let's say you had a picture of, let's say it turns out you're a gun manufacturer and you actively have been texting about selling guns. That if they saw that and they're like, oh shit, and then they didn't tell you, and then they went and found another reason to get a search warrant, we would never hear about it.
Yeah, we never hear about it. How many has this happened to? I don't even know that they're not just.
That's what's scaring me now. That's the problem. What you're telling me right now is, how do you trust any of these 3 officers to legitimately be? They should be turning their badge in. The 3 of them should turn their badge in.
This department they created, the detective unit, is, I'd say, like maybe 3 weeks old at most. Maybe 3 weeks old already, and
They get
they're
their
already
did they
doing
fucking
this.
get their like training from McDonald's?
I think they got it from Slacks. That's the only person I could think of who they got it from.
I don't know how anyone can look at this and be like, how do you trust at this point that they haven't done this kind of thing to somebody else? How does like someone look at that and say, hey, this isn't going to set like a huge negative impression on people? How do they know that, like, you know, that this Rika or this Maeve doesn't now go and say, oh shit, I've been trying to put this individual or that individual, or like I'm trying to crack a case, man, I really need to figure this thing out. And while they're in cuffs, they take their phone, open it up, look through it to see if there's anything of value to decide whether or not to put a future subpoena out. How would you know ever if they did it to you? You just assume that, like, they probably won't do it even though they did it to you. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm like, fucked.
If they did it to me, a coworker, I feel like they wouldn't have any sympathy or mercy doing it to a criminal. I don't think that there's a line there anymore, because there isn't. It's gone. There's no line. If they could do it to me, they could do it to whoever the fuck they want to. They just felt a little bit more sympathy because I work with them. How do we know that people aren't just going into the back rooms with these phones and just reading through them?
There is literally no way. It's actually, I don't even know how to process this. I don't.
There already has been a court case on this.
There doesn't need to be. It's against it's against the Constitution. But please entertain me. What do you mean court case? They needed a court case for this?
Well, there already has been one, and it stated that you can't go through a SIM card.
Why would they ever think you need to go through what the fuck? Why would they? What the fuck?
Apparently, there was an issue back in March where somebody had. It was the same issue where somebody they were trying to figure out whose SIM card was who, and so they went through the SIM card and they opened it up, and it was found that that was against rights to do it.
Oh my God! What? I don't even know. I genuinely, the question, I don't even know. I don't even know what. I can't believe I have to fight such a big battle just to get a document, and I'm sort of getting I'm sort of getting the. It almost feels like I'm being told, don't worry about it. The cops are going to do the right thing and then I hear this. You know, oh my God. I don't, oh my, fuck. I genuinely, I'm.
It just makes you think. It really just, it made me feel disgusting. I had looked up to these people and I had seen like a future with these people, and I feel like now I'm in such a weird place because I'm like, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to do these things. Why? Me and them are not the same. When we don't think the same, we don't act the same, because there's no fucking way that I would ever do that to somebody. Ethically, morally, there's like a disconnect.
So let me get this straight. I tried to have a good faith conversation with the assistant chief of police, who didn't give a shit about the civilians, but the moment your name came up, her ears perked up, and that's the only thing she truly cared about in that conversation.
She was excited.
Like as if I had ulterior motives. right? In that conversation. Now, oh, it's Tilly. And now you're telling me a couple days later they looked through your fucking cell phone? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. What are they? These people are afraid of losing their job.
You think these people are afraid of losing their job?
Yeah, I think so. It's
I don't
like
think so.
it's yeah, because why they're fucking treating it like it's fucking like gang. They're like you're fucking with their gang members.
I think my main concern here is just, I feel like there's a possibility that I don't know how court works, and I don't know how the proceedings work, and I don't know if this will completely lose my ability to keep my job, or how my coworkers are going to react to it, or how they're going to treat me. You're not liked, by the way. You're very much so not liked.
I'm not liked?
You're not liked.
What? I've been what? Excuse me, by who? Wait, what?
By everybody. Anytime I mention you to anybody, I get the same reaction. It's like a cringe reaction.
In the police department?
Yes, they do not like you. You're very much
How?
so not liked.
I've like interacted with 2 of them.
I don't know.
Okay, I need you to expand. How?
It's like little comments, right? I'll hear little comments about how you have snake-like behavior, and
What
it's
does
just how
that
you-
even mean?
I don't know. I don't know because I have not.
What are these guys like?
had many
Watch me like?
conversations.
Never mind. Like, what do you mean snake-like behavior? What the fuck is that
That's
supposed
what they
to
say.
mean?
They say that you have snake-like behavior, and that's how you perform. And they say you need to watch out for them.
With
Actually,
what?
hold on. I got a text message.
What the fuck?
I said when we were in court, I was behind you, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, never mind, it doesn't matter. I said, by the way, what's the name of the lawyer in the pink shirt for court purposes? Of course,
Yeah.
just Lex, right? Which was you at that time.
Oh, slacks. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
he said, Nino Chavez, stay away with the too many exclamation points that I could not. It would not fit on the page anymore. And he said, stay away from him. he's
Based
no good."
on what?
I have no idea. He didn't go into context. He just said, stay away from him. He's no good.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Ruby said the same thing. Ruby also said that you were up to no good.
How?
Because you want change. They don't want
I
change.
didn't. I literally asked them, how do we find a common ground?
Have you been around to see the changes?
Huh?
Have you been around to see the changes?
Wait, to what? What do you mean?
To the FOIA. They're having to rewrite the entire FOIA process for the DOJ and the police department because of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, it's not done yet, though, is it?
I don't know if it's done yet, but I was
No,
told that it
no.
was,
Yeah. It's getting done.
in the process.
Oh, my Lord. Fuck these people. Wipe the PD. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, I said it.
Why police
These,
department?
yeah, no, 100%. If, look, I'm a piece of shit. But if they are passing judgment over, and this might sound personal, but look, I've barely been around. I used to run a fucking mechanic shop prior to this. No, I have not done a single. Have I done anything illegal? I haven't done a single illegal activity.
I would hope not. You're a lawyer.
I genuinely have not done anything illegal. And I've asked for a FOIA once or twice, and you've got this shit. Fuck you. This is the problem with the fucking police department. Bunch of fucking low life, low IQ pieces of shit. Fuck
You
'em.
didn't tell her it was me, so she must have scoured to figure out who the fuck gave it to you.
Yeah.
She heard you say that,
Yeah.
and she searched and searched and searched to figure it out. She didn't think about what you actually said. She didn't think about what the voice meant. She didn't think about anybody
Yeah.
else's rights and why it's different. She thought about what could I do to punish the person who did it.
I don't understand. Like, where does this? What I'm confused about is where does this like passionate, sort of positions on me come from? The fuck?
I don't know.
Who is it?
You got like a shaky past or something?
Not that they would know.
I don't know.
I mean, unless they're reading like fucking newspapers or something, I can't really think of any.
You might be reading newspapers.
Yeah.
Anytime I brought you up though, it's kind of been like the same reaction. What did you do?
That makes me, I mean, it's fucking trash. It's filled with trash. You gotta clean it up at the end of the day.
I mean, honestly, if you did wipe the police department, what are you getting
Yeah.
rid of? We got our chief Barrick, who's there, what, 2 hours a week, maybe? I've hardly even seen him. I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. We got Ruby, who just wants to fire people for God knows what. She doesn't actually think of the entire picture.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh my lord.
I don't even know the rest of
That's
fucking
crazy.
commands.
You're not like starring or anything, right?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean the whole like lot of people like is it like 1 or 2 people, 2 or
No,
3?
I'm not stirring.
Like
I wouldn't just say that to stir
how
with
many what names came up?
I've heard it from Slacks, from Ruby. I've had Bones make a comment or 2 about it.
Yeah,
Just
fucking
saying
small
that
dick.
kind of scummy, you know.
Scummy in what way? Are these guys fucking
I've yeah, my
So's they
sister
were?
kid also called you scummy, so maybe it's just
like
a lawyer
on
thing.
what? Based on what?
Maybe it's just a lawyer
What? Because
thing.
they're fucking dumb? Like, that's the only thing? Are they stupid? Like, I don't understand the words. I have to use my brain. Like, I have to
think that's
use
the
my
issue.
brain. Therefore, like, I feel inadequate. Like, I'm so confused. I'm like thinking of my, like, interactions with these individuals. Like, oh, like, I can't, like I'm
Ruby said, "Watch out for him," once or twice to me regarding
oh
you.
my god, oof.
It's very like it's not anything that's like, you know, what's the term for it? It's very light things. Like it's just like comments passing by in the woods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
They just know.
yeah, they just know that you're
Yeah.
up to no good. Apparently,
That's crazy.
all you're up to no good for, huh?
Yeah. That's crazy. That gives me, you know, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hearing that, I'm just like, they're fucked. City's fucked. We got people like that running the fucking show. Fucking dog shit human beings. More interested in their own self-preservation. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. I just don't know how to go about it though. I am worried about like my job,
Yeah.
and I'm worried about being treated like shit. Honestly, more than I already am by the people inside. And I don't know.
Oh.
If I did choose to go with it, what would be the next steps?
Man, it's gonna be a tough one. The first problem is gonna be getting them to admit whether or not are they willing to testify? So, okay, so let's say you sue them, right? So this is where things get a little ass backwards because we don't really have like the ability to. This is something that I want to change, but we should be able to request filing for like coming in as a special prosecutor effectively in order to independently press charges against members of the police department, etc., etc. In other words, if there is belief that there's enough evidence to bring someone to trial, right? There needs to be a function for that. The reason why, the way that it, okay, so in other places, let's say like, I don't know, the New York, let's say there was like a town, right? And there was belief that the officers in a police department in that town did something illegal. Usually a higher level department would step in, or if there was some foul play, a different department would come in to look into it. The problem is that the Unified Police Department is the only entity of law enforcement. And so they themselves, as this conglomerate, are get to choose who they target. And that's the best way to put it. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. One of my clients was absolutely demolished on the highway by a member of EMS. His vehicle disabled, right?
Okay.
After the disabling of the vehicle, he tweeted something out. That's how I got there. I got there in like 5-10 minutes. I then called the law enforcement. I called the PD down.
Mm-hmm.
I also called the EMS down to help him. We then identified it to be a lieutenant of EMS. We then, my client then looked to press charges against him. That officer then stated to me that there wasn't, that EMS did nothing wrong. I then read her the penal code for felony hit and run. Because she stated, well, she stated to the officer that she hit my client, and because she thought he was okay, she drove off. In other words, this individual stated directly to the cop that she committed a felony hit and run. And after making that statement, the officer reneged and said, well, actually, it's hearsay. Huh? You just had the suspect admit they did it, and now you're saying it's hearsay. And then when and saying that it's not a crime. So then when I press the issue, she goes, well, actually, I could charge your client with it, with a charge.
Who was this?
Well, I can't say because it's ongoing.
Oh.
And so
Not the officer?
Well, at least she followed up on it. She did better than most of these fucking jackasses.
Okay.
So then she said, oh, well, I can press I could go press I could go if you keep, like, she was like trying to stop me and threatening, like, oh, well, I can press charges on your client. I'm like, based on what? Oh, well, she said that da 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 da. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You, 1 minute you're claiming that it's hearsay and a he said, she said, and that's why you can't do anything. And now you're confidently saying that you can press charges against my client based on the, like, brother, hello? Like, you know, the problem here is because the, man, what's the word? The position by which they're coming to these conclusions are coming from bad faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the reality
what
of the
you're saying.
matter is that officer said to herself, oh shit, a member of the EMS did something illegal. We like EMS. I need to find a reason that they didn't do something illegal. In the same vein that when they look at you, Tilly, and they say, oh, she's bad for whatever reason, we're going to come up a reason for why she is bad. You know what I'm saying? These are shit, dog shit human beings.
I wish I knew where they. I wish I knew where it spans from.
In character chat,
Or I wish I
disclaimer,
understood. I just
Nino's triggered. I don't really give a fuck, OC. But in character,
and I've had
Nino's
this
just like,
conversation. I say maybe it's the way I speak, or maybe it's the things I do, but I've never broken the law and I've never done anything illegal. And so it just, is it because of the people that I talk to? Is it because of the people that I associate myself with? Where did this idea that I was so scandalous and sus even come from? I don't understand.
yeah. Oh my God. I don't even know. I genuinely, I'm going to be honest with you, Tilly. After hearing what you have to say, I don't even know if I want to run for mayor. Because the fuck am I going to fix?
I don't want to be the one that
to me, it
made
sounds like
Nino
the federal.
Savage, not-
I genuinely think the federal government, after hearing what you said, the federal government needs to come in and fucking like chop heads off.
Jesus Christ! I don't want to be the one that I was the reason that the Nino didn't
Well,
run for
it's
fucking
not.
mayor.
No, well, I mean,
I put my head on a stick.
based on what you just described, it's actually unfixable. If you have members of the police department and a fucking detective agency who are going and doing shit like this and getting away with it, and you have members, you have the fucking sheriff and assistant chief and ex-captain talking shit about someone they barely know and being so like adamant about their positions on who I am, then we're like, what the fuck is the point?
You know what's crazy?
You get what
is
I'm
that
saying?
they
Like, I
swore me
haven't
in.
even been around. I'm like where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything at that point. They're actually, it's literal metastasized cancer at this point.
They actually swore me in. Slack swore me in, and he told me that he asked me to be a part of the fucking CIB too.
What? What does that
Yeah.
even mean?
I don't know what the fuck that means, but they swore me in. And he said that he sees a future in me being a part of the department, and that they were working towards creating something where I would also be a part of the department.
Why don't these
Why-
fucking dumbasses just say, why don't they, what, do these people not know that if they fuck up, they can go and report it and just get, like, why are they covering it up?
I don't know. I don't know why he straight lied to me about Hazel.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I have an aneurysm.
Oh, please don't. I'm not a doctor.
No, this is, holy fucking shit. No wonder fucking terrorism is rampant. They're fucking creating them. Holy fucking shit. And they think Soze was crazy. Like, this is actually so absurd.
I feel like Soze was. I don't think Soze was wrong.
No,
I think he was just, and it's insane the reaction that he had when he was just trying to fix what was wrong. He was trying to point out the flaws in the system, and they acted like he was. God, they acted like he was a fucking serial killer.
I don't understand. Like, I am genuinely so fucking perplexed.
If it ever did go to court, which I don't know if it will.
I
if
don't.
it ever did,
If it did, I genuinely don't even know if these guys would tell the truth. Because
What if I got Hazel to testify?
it doesn't matter, because the judges are going to be
think
like,
that they
well,
would
they
lie?
said that it didn't happen, and she's just a dispatcher.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I mean, the way, like, how do you prove they can literally lie. You'd have to hope that one of those three tells the truth. And then at that point, you say, fuck you, you need to be made an example of. And, like, I don't know. I don't know. I need to drive, Philly.
Do you want me to come or by yourself?
No, I gotta go for a ride. You got me fucked up. You got
Before
me
you go,
fucked
though,
up. Yeah.
If nothing does come from this, and nothing can be done, it's fine. The main reason I'm telling you this is because I feel like you can do a lot. I feel like I see a lot of change in you, and I feel like me telling you this will benefit a lot.
The only way that this police department fixes itself is that if they get a commissioner that comes in and literally fires the top brass and demotes everyone and has them understand that they are law enforcement officers. And I don't know or see that ever happening. This is actually crazy that at the most core fundamental levels that they are doing shit like this. I don't know what the possible solution would be. And the worst thing about it is just knowing full well that I don't know. I need to. All right, Tilly. Look, I'm gonna do my
You could use
best.
this
All
fire
right.
to just make sure the next person gets the proper justice. I'll be happy.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
I'm gonna try my best with that.
All right. Go drive.
Yeah. You take care.
I'll see you around.
Holy fucking shit. How the fuck am I supposed to take that, huh? More goddamn snake and shit? I've met these guys for like 5 fucking minutes. The fuck is wrong with these people? No wonder people go and just blow their fucking heads off.